W's and L's, the weekly recap show where we give a dub to the things that we like and an L to the things that we don't. It's on you.
Alrighty.
All right. Get this list together.
First dub is going out to BG, Brittany Griner.
BG the rapper?
No. As homeboy in the comments told you, you don't know shit about BG.
That was crazy. I was like, bro, it was a fucking joke.
Sidebar, I seen a video of that, like, that intro. No, I catch another nigga talking about sweet about Chief Keef. I'm fucking beating their ass. Voiced over into that new AI deep fake shit, and Joe Biden was saying it, like, in his voice.
Wow.
Fam, I don't think I'm gonna go outside ever again. I don't want nobody to get my shit and then end up doing a murder or some shit with my face.
Well, I saw another guy. It was a white guy, and he did Morgan
Freeman?
Yeah.
Fam.
That shit was crazy.
And y'all Negroes was on here giving y'all face to TikTok and that other Russian app and shit. All right. Right. Y'all start popping up for murders and robberies y'all ain't commit. I told y'all stop giving y'all shit to them. So, you've been warned. Had Joe Biden up here talking about, if I catch another motherfucker talking sweet about Chief Keef, I'm fucking beating their ass.
Hell no.
In school telling me, always in the barbershop, Chief Keef ain't about this, Chief ain't about that. My boy a BD on a fucking Lamron on them. They say that nigga don't be putting in no work. Shut the fuck up. Y'all ain't no shit. And all y'all fuckers talking about Chief Keef ain't no hitter, Chief Keef ain't this, Chief Keef a fake. Shut the fuck up. Y'all don't live with that nigga. Y'all know that nigga got caught with a ratchet shooting at the police and shit. Nigga been on probation since fucking I don't know when. Motherfucker, stop fucking playing him like that. Them niggas all savages out there. If I catch another motherfucker talking sweet about Chief Keef, I'm fucking beating their ass. And so I'm not playing no more.
And his lips was moving and everything.
That's
like,
crazy.
What is happening right now? But back to Brittany Griner. Is expected to play in this season in 2023
for the Phoenix Mercury.
Yo, I'd be sitting the hell down, and we was just gonna eat off of these interviews for a minute.
Well, she gotta wait for those offers to.
Shit, them joints is already there.
Sorry, she doesn't have to wait for the offers to come in. She has to wait for
the offers are already there. They're already. I'm hitting the circuit, boy. Who want me? MSNBC on Tuesday. Wednesday, we're going to CNN. Fox News on Thursday. ABC, you want me on Friday? No, so hey, I can get there on Saturday at CBS if you want me.
You can't do the interviews.
When y'all pulling up.
Can't
Joe
do the interviews.
Budden, when you coming?
Joe Budden is nuts. Can't do the interviews. Can't do the interviews. Got to keep all that shit exclusive.
Can I get Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan, you cutting checks? You want to talk?
See, if I did Joe Rogan, Spotify would have to cut me a check.
Everybody's cutting me a check. I have a story to tell. I was in a Russian work prison. I'm a WNBA superstar. You can't buy this type of storytelling. You actually can't. Because there's little to no creativity in Hollywood anymore.
That is super fact.
This story, it's original, baby. It's original. She's about to get paid. So if I was her, I would have been like, hey, yo, we about to go buy another house soon. Number one. I'm done with all that off-season basketball shit.
She's Brittany Griner. She could have already bought a house, bro. A nice house.
I said another house.
Oh. So she got a side house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vacation. Well, not even a vacation house, because she could probably afford to live there, too.
Hey, we up. That's all I'm saying. So shout out to her for even thinking about playing basketball. True competitor.
Sure. And she's getting it back from that, too.
Getting another dub for Photon, issue 1, written by Eve Ewing. I was impressed. I was definitely impressed. You guys will be getting a breakdown probably this week from me and Theo on it in depth. But I was particularly tickled by a part in the book in the very beginning. It's not too spoilery. I don't think I'm giving up anything crucial. But Monica at some point runs into a fan of her former persona of Captain Marvel. And so she starts in. She's like, oh, yeah, Captain Marvel. She's like, actually, I'm not. And before she even gets it out of her mouth, she's like, no. You was first. When I think of Captain Marvel, I think you. And it's almost like the writer is taking a jab at not just Marvel publication, but at the MCU.
Yeah.
And their depiction of the Captain Marvel character. So it was that was kind of dope. We got an Adam Brashear name drop, although it seems that they're on the fritz at the moment. Surprise, surprise. But in all In all honesty, it was an enjoyable book. I have high hopes for the miniseries. Hope it turns into an ongoing. And I'm excited to see what this first arc takes us to, because they didn't give us a whole lot in terms of where the story's going, but more so of a setting of the stage for who this character is, who they're going to be throughout this book. So I was impressed. I was impressed. I will be buying again.
That is good.
I am giving another dub out to Avatar 2, The Way of Water.
They deserve it.
Fam, before y'all even start in, let me just tell you. In no way at the beginning of this, and at the beginning of November, was I going into this saying, oh shit, Wakanda Forever better beat Avatar or it's a failure to me. Those were not the standards that I was setting. So when I do this comparison, just know this is not a try to tear down Wakanda Forever. This is literally Avatar is about to do some shit. It's about to do some numbers. So we all remember the headlines for Wakanda Forever the first week, right? It had all the hype in the world. $180 million open, blockbuster performance. Oh man, it's dominating the box office. Blah yada yada. Right. Today is Saturday, December 17th.
We usually record on Sunday, but
today's Saturday. So we literally only have Thursday premiere, early previews, and the Friday numbers. Where they at?
180 million.
Dog. The entire first weekend of Wakanda Forever made 180 million. We talking about, really call it half a day for the Thursday premieres, because they don't start until like 8 or 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of Friday, they've already made $180 million. That is a box office smash. That is a movie that is both fiscally a success, because it's going to make money. It'll slow down off of this pace in the coming weeks, but it's going to go. The legs on this movie, I have not seen a negative review. I've seen critiques. I've seen people pointing out certain things that could have been better. I've seen people talk about the runtime. It is an extremely long movie. But I have not seen anywhere near the vitriol around this movie that we've seen around Black Adam, Wakanda Forever, Multiverse of Madness,
Positive
Thor: Love and
reviews.
Thunder. None of that. Nothing. It is general excitement for the return of a franchise that took a decade off, and that the anticipation just kind of hibernated. And in some way, somehow, I have not seen the film yet. I want to try and see it either today or tomorrow. But James Cameron, man, boy. Buddy has a flair for the theatrics, man.
For sure.
He's woo. So we will see. We will see where it ends up, man. But it's not even going to be comparable to anything in the Marvel slate. I can say that comfortably right now. It's not even going to be comparable.
I had a guy who I was helping at work, and he was just sitting there while I was helping him, like trying to find tickets, and he couldn't find any tickets for Avatar.
Fam, we did the same thing for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Looking at the theaters and seeing how full they open, sit anywhere. Come on. Hey, sneak somebody in if you want to. We just want you to see the movie, please.
Facts.
Avatar, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get in. Completely different feel.
Yeah.
See, this is excitement around the film. This is anticipation meets expectations.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is anticipation level meets expectations. And he delivered on both. It's not hard. And it doesn't have to follow any one political ideology. It doesn't have to be done by a writer who's non-woke or any bullshit like that. It doesn't have to appeal to middle America solely. It doesn't have to appeal to young girls or old girls or any girls specifically.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be ultra macho and be hyper misogynistic. It just has to be a good damn movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Shout out to Avatar, man.
Yeah.
For putting us back into a level of film excitement and not skepticism and cynicism.
Yeah.
Ugh, I'm excited to see that one. All right. I'm going to do my L's before my toss-ups.
Okay.
I only got one toss-up. All right. L first. Going out to Mr. Derrick Jaxn.
Oh yeah.
My boy just can't stop cheating.
Whew.
Come on, Derrick. Don't you know black men don't cheat?
He didn't get the memo.
Fam.
If anybody should have got the memo.
Are we permanently hanging up these dating coaches? Are
No.
we permanently hanging up these dating coaches? Can we please?
We should.
Well, how much evidence do y'all need? Fresh and fit by Coochie. Derrick Jaxn cheats on his wife, and he's the ultra simp. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Can we let it go? Can we just let it die? Now, if you're into the manosphere stuff and you like the self-help guys better than the, the theatrical kind of dudes like Fresh and Fit, hey, eat it up.
Mm-hmm.
Get as much as that as you want, I guess.
Agreed.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
But the grifters. Let's start calling the grifters out for what they are. Start calling them out for what they are. If they on here telling you that you shouldn't desire black women, calling them out of their name, giving you the most the most stereotypical depiction and characterizations of black women that you can find, it's a grift, fam. It's just a grift.
Yeah,
no one can seriously, well, they can, but it's less likely that people are being serious when it's so slanted and there's no allowance for an alternate thought. It's a grift. And
Yeah.
and conversely, if they are so set in the mindset that dating outside of their race or divesting from black men is the way for black women, even to the point of wanting to abort black male babies, it's a grift. It's a grift.
Usually it's the overly sensational headlines and moments that you can tell.
Fam, I seen a woman this week who called herself Miss Submissive.
Yo.
And her goal is to bring submissiveness back into the black community.
It's a little much, to say the least.
Look, man, having both hands above your head screaming at the top of the lungs, pick me, don't make you any more attractive. That's not how that works.
That goal is crazy.
That doesn't work. I don't think it quite plays the way you do. It comes off as dishonest. I don't believe that you actually feel the way that you feel about certain of these things. I know you don't, because it's going so far over the edge that it couldn't possibly be an honest take from a female perspective. Like, there are some things that we are naturally going to disagree about, but I can pretty much count on having that viewpoint from a female perspective because of the way that lived experience works. You know what I'm saying? Mm. I don't have to agree with it, but I can completely empathize with the way that you're taking it, because of who you are, what your background is, what your makeup is, what you had to have endured being a woman, right? So when I hear them bucking that to the degree that they do, it's like you grifting too. I can't even look at the people that I sometimes agree with because y'all grifting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every which way. There's no side that can claim, oh no, we don't have the grifters. Yeah, you do. Anywhere you stand around that, yes, you do.
Quick side note, you mentioned Fresh and Fit. Apparently Myron has another side YouTube channel. No, YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's called Fed 11811. And he reviews court cases. And I found that out because I was looking at information
he used to be an
Meg.
FBI agent, right?
Yeah, but I was what?
He's a federal agent.
No, I knew that, but I didn't think he would have a whole separate YouTube channel where he's reviewing Fed cases and shit like that.
He's a Fed.
Or popular cases.
Yeah, maybe he need to leave that manosphere shit alone and just move on to that.
Well, he was getting a shit ton of views on the shit. It was 200,000 views on each one.
Maybe stop talking about girls and review this court shit a little bit more.
Because somebody on Twitter had said, oh yeah, I watch Fed blah, 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 blah for these cases. So I'm like, all right, let me go check and review Myron's face. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I still can't quantify why people come to you for dating advice. What baddie has Myron pulled that gives him the legitimacy to tell y'all that? He in Miami. He ain't got Trina. You know what I'm saying? He ain't pulled up on Trina and said none of this and pulled her.
Or JT.
Go get Trina or JT and then we can talk.
He doesn't need to.
JT
he's better than you niggas.
By Uzi Vert. You can't pull JT. I don't want to hear it.
Yikes.
I don't want to hear it.
Well, he definitely doesn't want Trina or JT anyway. So
you know who I'm talking to for how to get women advice? Ime Udoka.
Blueface.
No. Who else got a bad wife?
Well, he fumbled her, but I was gonna say Nelly, but fumbled Ashanti.
She still love him. So Nelly, Diddy always has fine women.
Sure.
Consistently.
But he stole one from his son.
Gross. Anyways, Michael B. Jordan usually has a decent looking woman around him. I've asked him.
But he got dumped by Lori Harvey.
Well, everybody gets dumped. That's what that's what the guys who are watching Fresh and Fit don't get.
That's a
rejection
fact.
happens. It is a natural part of life.
That is a fact.
It doesn't really matter how many times it happens to you as a male. Keep shooting. You're going to find something.
But
they outnumber us. No one ever taught y'all the numbers game. Just shoot. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many fails you get. There are more of them than it is of us. Just shoot.
No, those people who are watching it are afraid of rejection, which is why they need somebody to show them and tell them how to do it without rejection.
Oh, but we also talking about a generation that grew up in the participation award direction, so everybody thinks that they deserve something.
Yeah.
And so when they get rejected, now it's the idea that rejection is somehow a personal slight.
Yeah.
It is somehow something against me personally. I'm not just a random guy that walked up to you and asked you for your number. No, I'm me.
All of these.
You're not supposed to do that to me.
All of these. What do you bring to the table? Ass niggas.
Oh my God. What do you bring to the table? Bad game. Number one.
Broke
Clearly.
as hell. Oh shit. Not going anywhere.
Like shit. Kevin Samuels told y'all that. You're fat. You don't dress well. You live at home with your mom. Why would they ever give you the time of day?
Because they're ranked online in 2K or Call of Duty. That's what they bring to the table.
Kevin Samuels even told y'all that. But
That's
y'all letting Flippin' Coon over there tell y'all any old thing about any women, not just black women, any women. And y'all eating it up. I don't get it.
And they pay for it, so.
Don't let me call him a coon. That wasn't right.
Too late
Sorry.
now.
Fresh and Fit.
I'm not editing. I'm not editing that at all.
Fresh and Fit is their names. Kyrsten Sinema is getting my last L for her exit from the Democratic Party.
Oh, we didn't mention
Speaking
that
of-
last week, did we?
Yeah, speaking of grifters. Kyrsten, nobody cares. Okay? And when you lose your election in Arizona, you're just going to become a lobbyist anyways. It's what you wanted to do. I don't know why you didn't just enter into that field directly. You'd be much less hated publicly, at least. Much,
She had to make the
much less
connections
people
first.
would know your name. So, yeah, I don't care much, but I thought I'd give her an L for.
Plus, she also craves attention, so
Absolutely. Attention.
she's not going to get that much as a lobbyist, but at least she got it before she became.
Well, she'll still be getting a check, so it won't mean
Facts.
much to her. All right, I got a toss up. I kind of wanted to talk about.
Sure.
So the Into the Spider-Verse trailer dropped this week, right? Got to see it, and looks like it's going to be a good film.
Yeah. Well, that's one.
There is something that came about that made me kind of like when we first got the news. I was like, "All right, cool. You know, a multiverse version of Jessica Drew played by Issa Rae. I'm an Issa Rae super fan, so I'm down." Right? It didn't really play into the whole race swapping conundrum to me because again, we're talking about a multiverse, right? So it's supposed to be a different Jessica Drew. I mean, Jessica Drew fans, I guess, would be upset and they're not getting the original, but hey, whatever. What I'm not liking is what's seeming to be the narrative around it. And I don't want to say too much before seeing it because I also know the type of person that Issa Rae is. And she doesn't sign up for bullshit. She will not sign up. I have that enough faith that she's not going to do ultra stereotypical type shit.
Yeah.
But it does cause me the concern to see her character and they're pregnant. Now again, I'm missing a lot of context, right? We've seen her in a trailer, pregnant in a couple of scenes. So it's not like I know exactly what's going to happen or what the situation is. Hell, we don't know. She might be Miles's multiverse mom or some shit. You know, who knows
crazy,
what's
yeah.
going to. And then again, it is Issa Rae, and I'm an Issa Rae super fan. I can't help but notice the very obvious, you know, setting up of a trope at least.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if again the writers are creative enough to make the fact that she is pregnant at some point, secondary to whatever is going on with her character. It doesn't come off so much as like typical black girl shit in movies.
Mm-hmm.
Not typical black girl shit, period. I mean, the way that they depict black women in movies.
Right.
I'm nervous is all, I guess. I didn't want that for her.
Well, maybe they just didn't show the...
That's not what it is.
Maybe they just didn't show the father in the trailer.
I mean, and that's completely possible. Right? And even if he doesn't have a father, even if the baby doesn't have a father, there's a way to do it that doesn't make it seem so, oh yeah, there you go, typical. You know what I mean? I don't know. We shall see. We shall see what they do with it. You got one of my favorites doing it, so kind of got me in a vice here. I'm not happy about it, but we'll see. We'll see what comes of it.
For sure.
One last toss-up. So, there is a rumor, and shout out to this person. I'll put it up in the video for giving us a heads up about it. There has been rumors about Sam Wilson getting the serum, super soldier serum in New World Order, Captain America 4. Thoughts?
My only thing is that, in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it just kind of seemed like he learned a lot to probably not want to go that route, especially specifically from Isaiah Bradley. Mm-hmm. But, I'm not privy to any of the information from the comics, and it sounds like he did it in the comics. So then
he does get the serum in the comics. It depends on how it happens. What I would like to see is not that he needs the serum, but somehow ends up having to take it, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like, I want him to be able to hold his own as Captain America. That would be optimal without it. But then at the same time, something happens where he's not going to be able to accomplish a certain feat. Maybe not the biggest feat in the movie. Don't wait until the last 5 minutes of the movie to watch this man get the damn serum. But something isolated that makes it either do this or watch someone die, or do this and watch the plan go awry, or do this or you'll never have a chance to do it again, or something like that. You know what I mean? It's kind of a quick change that, like, oh my God, I have to do this right now. I have no other choice. Not that he needs it, but in that moment, it specifically called for a super soldier.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I can kind of see it happening. I don't want it to be Sam has to earn the super soldier serum. Man, make more lick boots other places.
Yeah.
Hi, Rocky. But yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting enough. I can definitely see it. And again, it's the canon's there, so we'll see.
Okay. I have a couple dubs, couple L's, toss up. Then we can get out of here. So my first dub is going to Atatiana Jefferson. So apparently Aaron Dean, the Texas cop who killed her, was found guilty of manslaughter, which it was murder. Yeah. But, at least we got, some kind of case on him. And so I don't know what the sentencing has been yet, obviously, but, at least we got a guilty conviction. So sure. That's a dub. That's a dub for sure. My next W is going to Mello and Bron, which they got to see both of their sons kind of go at it a little bit between Keon and Bronny.
I saw that.
So I thought that was kind of cool. They got to have their little moment as they watch their sons, go at it a little bit.
So, interesting thing that also happened over the weekend, or this week leading into the weekend. You know that Bronny James has signed an NIL deal with Clutch Sports.
I did not know that. Very interesting.
At what point? Because, I mean, we've seen it. D. Wade's son, Zaire Wade, went D2.
Mm-hmm.
One of Scottie Pippen's sons, I think, just got drafted. Gary Payton's son's in the league.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
What I'm not seeing a lot of outside of LeBron and Bronny is former NBA All-Stars, some legends, buying their son's status in a recruiting class.
Sure.
6-figure NIL deals are usually reserved for 5 stars.
Oh yeah,
Bronny James is not a 5-star recruit.
now that's true, but it is based off of your name, image, and likeness, and Bronny is probably one of the most popular.
Which goes a long way to legitimizing the numbers. Where does the value in his name, image, and likeness lie?
LeBron.
So it's like,
I get it.
I mean, I'm not mad at him. I am really not, because this is his son.
Yeah.
Who would you do this for if not your son?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm worried about is that you are setting up a profile for a day one difference maker wherever he ends up going to college. If he doesn't end up being like that, you're setting him up for people to shit on him.
Sure.
And then, right, because you're trying to usher him to the league so he can play with you, he might come out early. And if you thought that other college players are going to go after him, which they are, he's LeBron's son. It's open season.
Absolutely.
They're going to go after him every single play. If you thought that's going to happen in college,
it's definitely
y'all
happening.
thought Lonzo Ball was bad? Y'all thought Lonzo Ball was a bad player in the first 2 weeks of his NBA career because every NBA vet from coast to coast was ready to tear him apart because of what his dad said? So you think they're sitting back watching his father essentially buy him status within this recruiting class? You don't think they're gonna be licking their fingers to get a shot at Bronny James? Come on, man. Come on,
it's
man.
a fact.
If they went out their way to show some black dude from Chino Hills, California, that his son couldn't hoop with them, what do you think they're going to do to Bronny when he gets in there? I don't like the stage that he's setting up for Bronny. He's setting it up as if he's him. He's not you. He's not you. He's not close to you.
Yeah.
He's not you. He is not going to grab the game by the horns the way that you did. He's going to have to find a spot. Is he going to know how to do that after realizing that he's not the best player on the team? I think he probably knows that a little bit, though. He's a basketball player. I mean, he's not the best player at Sierra Canyon.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I think he's got a better shot. I think LeBron's got a better shot with Bryce. And even that is still debatable at the moment.
I mean, it's like you can't, I don't know. I guess maybe I struggle with this too as a father, but it's like you can't make your kids you.
Yeah.
You can't make them better versions of you. They're going to be their own people. You just kind of got to guide them into that.
And I'm sure there are going to be parts of you that manifest in that child.
But you don't get to pick and choose what parts those are.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think your son's ever going to get to 6'9". It's just not, it's probably not in the cards for him.
Yeah, well, that weed's stunning his growth.
Oh, my God.
I didn't have to say that, but I saw my moment and I took it. All right. My last dub goes to the fact that Power Book 2 Ghost finally has a date.
What's the date?
March 17th. I know. It's a little bit away.
Jesus.
We at least have Bel Air to kind of usher it. Well, we have Best Man to usher us hopefully close to, well, actually it's just one day. But, to usher us close to Bel Air. And then
Are they releasing all the episodes
Yes.
on one time? Oh, my God.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep. And
Come
literally
on.
so close.
Peacock.
So close to Christmas.
Peacock.
It's like the Thursday before Christmas.
No, that's a miss, man. Ain't nobody watching Peacock. Why don't you make them come back the way we got to do for Bel Air? Hey, man, I don't know. I don't work over there. Whatever.
It is what it is. All right. On to my L's. So this one was interesting. Clipper Darrell, who was kind of like an unofficial mascot for the Clippers for a long while, was at the stadium, I believe, and got into an altercation with a security guard. The security guard ends up just wailing on him and knocking him to the ground. Perfect. I kind of wanted to feel bad for Clipper Darrell in the sense that he probably shouldn't have got socked by the security guard. But at the same time, Clipper Darrell is also the one that's advocating for Sterling to come back. So I'm cool.
Donald Sterling?
Yeah, well, not to come back, but he was like basically trying to paint Sterling to be this nice guy after all. And Yeah, it's some weird shit.
Oh boy, that's a wild person to be defending these days.
You know what I mean? Like, he basically just said, like, yeah, Sterling should come back. He's actually not as bad as, everybody says he is and all this shit. It's just like, all right, bro. Okay. He deleted him, of course, but I think people already knew what he said and kept him. So, no, I don't feel as bad now. Just throwing that out there. He made a TikTok, I guess, and, like, part of the heading on one of the pictures said, I miss my buddy. I mean, it's pretty bad.
Cut it out.
My next L goes to, I don't know who it actually this goes to specifically, but it's an L ultimately. So apparently there's a bill that's going to prevent Army edge rusher Andre Carter Jr. from making it to the NFL because he ultimately has to finish his time with the Army.
I hate that, man.
Before going and pursuing a professional sports contract.
That's silly. That's silly.
Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately, a lot of people are blaming Biden, but it was ultimately a Republican who put that into the bill. So
that's take a lot. You're gonna take years off this man's future.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To make him do civil engineer work.
Yep.
In some peace zone. Don't even need him really.
You don't.
It's sad.
Yeah. My next L is going to this New York Knicks lineup. Well, ultimately, it's going to the New York Knicks, but I don't know if you saw the picture early this week of like this line of Knicks players, and then essentially they're like wives and girlfriends. Mm-mm. Okay. So,
but I imagine it's a bunch of black dudes with white girlfriends.
Yep. Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson. Yeah, all of them. Obi Toppin, like all of them have white girls. And there's one of the foreign players on their team is the singular one with a black girlfriend.
I just want to get Quinta Brunson, Jody Turner. I just want to get all of them in a room with their husbands so we can take a picture and we can just all talk. Yeah, man, I'm not. I've been knew Julius had a white girl. I knew Brunson had a white girl. The other individuals in this photo are literally white passing.
Yeah.
What are you?
Just jarring to see literally all of them in a photo together.
Oh my God. Yes. Black professional athletes date white women. Y'all got a problem with it? Take it up with them. Take it up with them, okay? I'm a black man with a black wife. Bear two of my black children. Going to bear two of my black children. So since you see celebrities doing something, that's what I do?
Yeah.
That's what all of us do?
Further evidence despite the proof that
God,
the opposite is happening.
These people will never pull up a Quinnipiac poll, but they will use social media and pictures of celebrities as empirical evidence all day long. Have never seen a Harris poll in their life, but they will use social media and Instagram like it is the end-all be-all. Can't stand y'all.
Yeah, no. Definitely not doing that here, but does further the stereotype that black athletes, rich black athletes.
Well, I'm not a rich black athlete, so I can't speak to why they date white women. I know there are plenty of them that don't, that y'all never seem to take pictures of. We only seem to get the ones that got white women.
Yeah. All right. This L I found extremely interesting. And it's probably the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about all week. Couldn't wait to get to the podcast to talk about this one. So your boy Drake decided to go purchase some new jewelry.
Okay.
Didn't hear about it?
Nope.
Cool. He decided to go get a chain. A new chain, which is something that rappers do quite a bit.
Dang 21?
No. You're going to hate this story. Just throw that out there. Okay. Apparently, this chain has a lot of meaning for him specifically, in the sense that the designs that are on the chain say a lot about the relationships that he's had in the past, which is a Drake thing to do, right? It's called the Previous Engagement Necklace. The chain has supposedly symbols for engagement rings that he has thought about handing to specific women in his life.
Can you go sit the fuck down?
That's not the worst
Bro,
part.
go sit
not the
down.
worst part.
Nobody cares.
It's not the worst part.
They're not wearing the rings.
It's not the
You
worst
probably
part.
tried to give a few of them and they just didn't take them. No one cares, fam.
You ready for the
I
worst
have
part?
never seen an individual more full of themselves. And I've seen LeBron James face to face. I've seen him. He was like right here. I have never seen an individual more full of themselves.
Are you ready for the worst part? On the chain, there are 42 different engagement rings to symbolize the 42 times that he thought about possibly getting engaged with the woman.
Drake was the biggest lame on the planet before he started rapping. He was the biggest loser on the planet before he started rapping. Thank God for his rapping prowess. He would be the worst Republican pro-life senator from well, he can't be from Toronto, but he would be the lamest of lame. If he wasn't rapping, he'd be the biggest lame on the planet. Dog, who gives a flying fuck? And before you say him, you don't spend that amount of money on stuff that you only cherish yourself. You spend it so everybody will look at it and it'll be like, oh my God, you spent so much money.
Specifically
you don't
jewelry.
Spend, oh my God. Nobody fucking cares. No one cares. The women that you didn't give those rings to, they don't care. The people that you're trying to impress with the chain, they don't care. The people that are wondering about who the 42 women are, they care about the scandal around the relationships. They don't care about you and your hurt around the missed engagements. Nobody cares. Not to mention, is any of this true? Is any of it true? You wanted to get married 42 times. You're approaching 40 and you've never been married once. What?
The man thought he found the one 42 times.
Dog. Loser. That is loser language. That is absolute. I've been in love 42. 42?
Oh my God.
It sounds a lot like you fall in love with whoever you sleep with, fam. That's literally what that sounds like.
At what point do you stop and say either A, this isn't really love, or B, it's me. I am the one.
Dog.
I am the problem here.
How far do you go to stay in the media? And that's not just a Drake question. That is a black celebrity question. How far will you go?
Part of that is a Drake question.
Well, but he's not the only one that does that.
He's not. But he's the only one that does it with shit like this.
I don't.
I mean, I guess I'd rather him in his 42 engagement rings than anti-Semitism.
Drake fans, come, be honest with me for a second, because I know y'all gonna make your way to this video. Just be honest for a second. If your homeboy came up to you and said, "Yeah, I'm gonna get this chain, it's gonna be charmed out, and I'm gonna have 42 diamonds for every girl that I ever loved that it didn't work out with. That shit hard." What would you say to him? What would you say to that man?
Bro, you are a fucking loser.
What the hell is wrong with you, boy? You don't get up that shit. What's wrong with you?
And not just the women that it didn't work out with. The 42 women
that he
thought
wanted to propose to. 42, dog, your proposal doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean nothing. There's nothing special about it. You was going to hand that motherfucker out about 50 times.
Oh my God. Here's the crazy
I can just
thing.
only imagine the list of women.
Because
Drake just dates the most amazing women on the planet. Nothing less for Drake. So they all must be a 5-star. You know?
I don't know that.
Good.
First of all.
God.
Okay, so Drake is 36 as of right now. Yeah. So let's just say as of 18, he started his engagement thing, I guess, at 18. Let's just say.
How many times is
18 to 36 is 18 years.
So like you wanted to marry
multiple women in each year.
3 women a year?
You're averaging almost 3 women a year. That you almost engaged. You almost got engaged to that many women. What a loser.
If he wasn't so full of himself, he would see how embarrassing that is. That's how I know you're a little detached. To tell the world that you thought you were going to be married 42 times. But it's a flex because I put it in a chain. Okay. Like, let's change the gender and the circumstances a bit. This is a female rapper, and she got a charm for every nigga that fucked her over, for every dude that cheated on her, and she put it in a chain. That's hard. That's hard. That's
No.
hard, huh? That's hard. That shit raw. Hell no, it ain't.
Not at all.
It's wearing your embarrassment in diamond form that you had to pay for, by the way.
It's okay. I think we just got news that he's changing his Instagram name to Simp Chain Poppy.
Okay. Give us your dubs and L's.
No, I'm not done. I'm not done. All right. I think that was all my L's. And then I got 2 toss-ups.
Dear Lord.
One we kind of already talked about in the college football video, but 12-year-old Jeremiah Johnson with the 5 o'clock shadow with the full
I need to
mustache.
see a birth certificate.
It's going to be like that movie Benchwarmers where they handed him a birth certificate.
My son playing Little League football. I would need to see your birth certificate, your social, bring both your parents and your grandmama. I need to confirm all of this is right.
Absolutely
My son's not playing against you, bro. You bigger than me. What make you think I'm going to let you go on the field with my child? But no,
yeah,
man,
no,
that is a...
It's very possible, too.
Like an Anthony Davis style growth spurt, only he got it hella early in life.
Yeah.
At 12? Woo.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying he's lying. It's definitely possible. I don't know.
Sheesh. Oh,
It's
I
a
don't
little
care if
unusual.
it's true or not. My son's not
Oh, yeah, no,
playing
for sure.
you. It's
For
not
sure.
happening, dog.
For sure.
12? I take a grown ass on the varsity. What's wrong with you?
Woo. Sheesh. My last toss-up. So apparently Puerto Rico obviously has been, wondering if they're going to become a state. Apparently they're done with being I don't know what you want to call them, a territory, I guess.
Who is this? I'm sorry.
Puerto Rico.
Okay, got
the
it.
state or the territory or whatever. So it's basically now down to whether or not they're going to become a state or they're going to be wholly independent.
What we waiting on, man? It's literally just an excuse to not send them money. That's what it is.
And that's what it's like.
It's just an excuse not to send them all. Well, they're not American citizens, so come on, man. I mean,
I just wanted to know what you would think. Like, if you were a Puerto Rican citizen, would you think you would want to hold on to independence?
I would probably claim my nationality the same way you see a lot of Puerto Ricans claim their nationality over Americans.
Yeah.
Right, like that, and that's probably going to continue. It's going to take generations of them being an American state for you to see any change in the way that Puerto Ricans represent themselves. I would venture to guess, at least.
I mean, I would definitely think I would want to be independent, but in the case of like,
Hell no.
hurricanes and things like that.
If you're asking me if I was living there, would I want to be independent? No, fuck no.
Yeah.
I would hold my independence dear.
That's what I mean.
But thinking politically, with the type of natural disasters they are vulnerable for, absolutely. No, I want to be a state.
Plus representation and, obviously getting to elect.
For all aesthetic purposes, I probably wouldn't claim America. It's probably like
that's kind of what
that
my
one
question was.
step brother or sister you don't really want to acknowledge. You just kind of, they over there. Yeah, we don't really talk about that one.
Yeah, but then I look at Hawaii and it's like Hawaii. We kind of look at it like it's a separate thing, but it's a state, and for all intents and purposes, like anything happens to them, they're taken care of.
Nope.
So I don't know, just an interesting thing that I read about. That's all I got.
Give us your dubs and L's in the comments below, and also tell us what you thought about ours. Make sure you give us a like, share, subscribe, and come back next week for another dubs and L's segment.
Absolutely. Make sure you check out our previous dubs and L's where we've done weekly recaps for previous weeks, see what we talked about. And then make sure you subscribe. We like to do this every Wednesday at 10 o'clock.